Hello, Central Valley Fire District employees and family. Thank you for joining us today. We're going to keep this short, but we just felt it was important to have a discussion with the entire agency. So to start off, as you can see, I have my executive team here, the two deputy chiefs with me to discuss a few things that are very important. Most of what we're going to discuss should not be a surprise to any of you. The main reason for this is just the consistency in messaging and what the message is. So to begin with, this past weekend we were pretty busy with a lot of different activities going on. Of course, you know that Steve McAdams and his crew were out working a wildland incident and are still deployed. Here it is Tuesday of the following week. Today is the 26th of August. We hope to get this message out to you in the next day or two. However, to go back and talk a little bit about this past weekend is we had a lot of things going on. We were successful and won the rib eating contest there in Bozeman, which was awesome. I was able to attend that and watch our team be victorious in that. Following day, we had Digger Days. Can't thank those who came out enough for all of the efforts that we made that day to have a successful event. And then that evening, Wendy and I actually attended the Reese Creek barbecue and fundraiser, and it was really a cool event. Just a great vibe out there, a nice band, weather was ideal. As I was behind the barbecue, flipping burgers, one of the community members asked me a question, and that is, what do I say to people when they ask me about Station 2 and that sign? So I'm gonna pass that off to Chief Hurley. He has a great standard message to share. It's a short message, about 30 seconds, that you can share with people who ask you that question. Chief Hurley.
Well, thanks, Chief. The simple answer is we own it. We're going to be transparent with our failures and our response times. And it became apparent to us that the citizens over there didn't know that that station was closed, so we decided that we were going to let them know. And I've talked to some of the company officers and battalion chiefs, and we own our response times when we go out there. When we talk to community members, and they're fighting with us now to help get that open, we're saying the same thing. We're fighting like hell to get it open, and we talk about the importance of a response times for our fires and how fires double in size every 60 seconds, and our response times to cardiac arrests out there when you exceed 10 minutes, what that means. They're saying the same thing, and we want to make sure that we're all saying the same thing. So we're not going to hide from it. We're going to own it. We're going to be transparent, and we think that partnership with the community out there, and it's actually trickled in even more over here to the businesses, so we're seeing some positive results with that. So
great short message to share, and that should be consistent across the board from every person in this agency should basically get that same message. Next thing that I do want to talk about is speed. Not speed as some of you are probably laughing as I say that word, but just the speed of what's going on with this agency. Chief Hurley has a saying that he shared with me many times. As we're working on these things and making them move forward, he says to me, we should have done this 4 years ago. Had we done this 4 years ago as an agency, we'd be setting in a different situation. However, 2 years from now, we're going to be looking back and being really grateful that we made the efforts and the sacrifices that we have with our time, with some uncomfortable situations to get to where we need to be. I shared with the executive team on Monday a quote from Mario Andretti. Many of you don't know who that is, but those of you who may follow car racing know that he was a very accomplished racer, and his quote goes as this: don't focus or look at the wall, look at where you're going. make your attention where you're going, not at the wall that you may crash into. That has a lot to do with what's going on right now. I implore you to really look at where we're headed. We're giving a clear message about what all of this means. These efforts that we're making are going to assist us to be sustainable into the future. Things like the Wildland program. We've had 6 deployments. That's incredible. 2 years ago, I don't even think we had 1. So it's because of all of you and many of you who are encouraging us to go down that path is why we're at today. Our EMS division that is getting stood up. As you know, we've posted job postings for paramedic and EMT level. Soon you'll be seeing a posting for a EMS chief level position to run that division. We're serious. We know that there is a pathway to make that happen, and that those revenue streams that will come in from those efforts not only will keep that EMS division sustainable, it will be something that will make us in a positive, in the positive column in our budget. And lastly is, you know that we're moving forward with our new shop for fleet services. The Whitakers are just knocking it out of the park. They are doing good work. They're on the road quite a bit, doing repairs. I've heard as far as Billings and Big Sky, that they've been to those locations or have received work from them. Work has come in from Livingston. Just goes on and on. We secured a table for them at the conference in October. 4 of us will be attending, actually more than that. There'll be 6 of us, which includes 2 of the trustees will be attending the conference October 8th through the 12th. And we do have a table there for our fleet service folks to be there and to promote what we're doing there. So a lot of good stuff that's going on. I would like to turn the time over to Chief Zalomi for him to talk about a little bit what's going on in fire prevention, and specifically with the efforts that we're making for community engagement. Go ahead, Chief.
Yeah, thanks, Chief. So we're really moving quickly on all aspects of it, and fire prevention is no different to that. Coming up here, we have Fall Festival on the 13th, so we'll be out there with a booth all day, and we're going to be working on trying to find more ways that we can engage with our community in ways that we might not have done so before. With really kind of trying to focus some of our time in doing those programs as we work to kind of get into our built environment a little bit more through pre-planning, as well as kind of getting into schools, daycares, like we've historically done, but also kind of trying to come up with some new programs. So one of the programs we're kind of working on towards is I guess kind of a sober driving or a drunk driving type scenario to be done kind of at the high school, and that's one that's going to be probably very, very popular, and a great way for everybody to be involved with that, whether it's playing a victim or from the heavy rescue team being able to get out and do some work in front of an audience. So we have definitely quite a bit from that front of it, on top of all the other duties that we're doing. We've been able to get out and do a bunch of hydrant testing this year, which is one area that we haven't historically done in several years, where we're going to be able to meet our ISO fire flow testing requirements that we have throughout our different water purveyors that we are in our areas. So we're getting out, we're seeing different areas and diving into different things that we haven't done before, and it's creating a little bit of work along the way, but we're kind of adapting and trying to focus on the data that's before us so that we can engage with the risk that's in that presents itself. So,
all right, thank you, Chief Zalomi. With that, as you know, if you're reading your emails, that there was an invitation that I sent out last week to invite people to take part in a community involvement group or community communications group. I've had 3 people from our agency volunteer to be part of that, and I'm pleased by that. But please take a look at that email and think about being part of our team. That is one of the goals that were designated within our strategic planning process that we went through in January and February of this year. And so we're moving forward. We're not letting any moss grow under our feet with that strategic plan. We're definitely checking things off and moving forward on that. So if you're not familiar with the strategic plan, or you're not sure exactly what's in there, it's on SharePoint. It's easy to find. All you got to do is just put it into the search and you'll find it. And be familiar with it. And if you have suggestions or ideas about how we can move on some of the other things that are brought up in that plan, send us an email. Let us know what your thoughts are. Our doors are always open and we're willing to chat. Do you have any final thoughts, Chief Hurley, before we move on?
I just want to say, and we sent out an email yesterday, but we understand some of you are tired and you're going a million miles an hour, and we appreciate all the hard work and effort that everyone's putting in right now. We just encourage to keep going. Trust us. We see the light at the end of the tunnel. Please stay engaged with the wildland for this season so we really get a good test on what we can do next year. So if you're not available on the board, I would strongly encourage you or ask you to try to take one more deployment this season. But also know that we know the people that are staying and working behind the scenes to keep the staff level where it's at. You guys have been putting in a lot of work too, and we appreciate that. So it's not falling on deaf ears, the speed in which you guys are working over there. So we thank you guys for your commitment. That's it.
Thank you, Chief Hurley. I do want to mention both Samantha and Deb. They are really the glue that keeps us all together, and I personally appreciate them tremendously. And I know that's the sentiment that I'm hearing from everybody. I want them to know that I appreciate what they do and how they keep us in line and they keep us in check. They're also making things possible so that we're able to continue to respond out into the community and provide that high level of service that the community has in their expectations for us. So I'm going to call this short. We've kept it just over 10 minutes and under 11, so I want to say good evening. Please take care of yourself and each other.
I got you. Oh.